Well, listen, I'm Bob Peters. I'm here on tour. We're over at the Smokehouse in Monteagle, and I'm here with J.D. Oliver. J.D., say hello.
Hey, how's it going, Bob?
Hey, I got my Smokehouse T-shirt on, and we're on our way to Martin Springs for the horse races. And we're going to stop, by the way, in Martin Springs, because a lot of folks don't realize that there's a quarter horse track about 7 miles down the road, and we're going to be talking to some good Mexicans. We know Senor Gonzalez; he heads up the racetrack down there. But we're on our way. We're here in Monteagle right now, and JD is going to drive us down there in a fancy automobile.
Hey, who was that guy in Starman said he was going to be there?
Oh, he's going to be there.
Jeff Bridges?
Jeff Bridges is going to be there. We're at the foot of Battle Creek in Martin Springs, and Martin Springs is important for at least two things. Several years ago, in 1984, John Carpenter, who was a great director, he had that great movie They Live, and it's the only movie that starred Roddy Piper. But he had another movie called Starman with Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen, and it was about an alien who comes here from outer space that has magical powers. And with his magical powers, he turned himself into a facsimile of Miss Allen's deceased husband, and they had all kinds of commotion. But it was one of the great scenes in that movie was right here where there used to be an establishment called Bodark's. And if you've ever seen the movie, you remember that scene when the Starman, who had these magical powers, is confronted with a deer carcass on the back of a pickup truck, and he revives the deer to the consternation of the deer hunters, and there's a big ruckus. But of course he has magical powers. But that scene took place right here. And the other, this is in Martin Springs, of course, at the foot of Battle Creek. And what's also important about Battle Creek and Martin Springs is the great Cherokee Indian chief Sequoyah lived here with the Lowry family and set up camp. And at that time, he, of course, had magical powers. Chief Sequoyah could make the rocks talk. It's something like the Jeff Bridges character in Starman. I don't know what the two have to do with each other. But those are the two events that took place of significance here in Martin Springs. We're now here at the racetrack here at Martin Springs, and we're looking up the track. The horses are getting ready, but they ain't ready yet. There's, by the way, there's a horse pie right out there. Don't step in it, Michael. And there, we'll show you where the gate is to open. Most of the folks here, by the way, are from are Mexican, or more popularly known as Hispanic. And you will notice that they're here from all over the United States, and the pickup trucks have decidedly fancy rims. But we will be recording the race in just a minute. They're right over there. They have a couple of the horses are getting ready, and it is something to behold. And a lot of folks don't realize that it is just a few miles out of Monteagle, down from Jim Oliver's Smokehouse. And the great J.D. Oliver has driven us down here in his vehicle, but not with as nice rims as a lot of these cars have. But let's go interview the horse. Where are you all from?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville? What's the name of the horse?
Tunco.
What?
Tunco.
Hey,
Have you running yet?
Not yet. It's gonna work only today. Not running. Just work.
Who's going to do the riding?
Huh?
Who's riding the horse?
Him?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. The trainer.
What?
Him is the trainer.
You putting? When does the race start?
Huh?
When's it gonna start?
Hey. Couple minutes.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah. Watch out.
This is real horse race action. We're here in Martin Springs, and we about got kicked by the horse, but we stepped out in time because we are three speedy individuals.
What's this about?
We're just having a documentary to tell the people locally about this racetrack.
Yeah.
A lot of people in this area don't know anything about this.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. We just had a big race, and there were folks betting. There was a little money exchange. I'm proud of it, and I'm proud to be here. Everything is legal and above board, even though most of the folks here are Hispanic. It is a great affair, and I'm proud to be here. Apparently, there is some level of discretion has to be involved, because there does not seem to be an awareness that this particular horse race should be publicized here locally. And 95%, hey, 99% of the folks here are from out of state. Apparently, that I love the horse races, and the folks that are running are pretty nice. But apparently, the Hispanic community runs this as more or less their own private race. And even though the public is welcome if you pay your $30, apparently they don't want you publicizing it. I'm of the position that this is a local event, and we have a racetrack in Martin Springs, and it's interesting, it's good to know that people know about it. But whether or not you wish to come out here is another matter. I personally have had a lot of fun, and I'll probably come out here again. But if you come out here, you need to be respectful of the regime that apparently is running this racetrack. And I've had a wonderful time. It's been a little chilly, but I didn't step in a horse pie, so I'm apparently in good shape.
Well, it kind of reminds me of what we used to do when we had summer league baseball. We had a men's baseball league, and the whole community liked to come out and watch, and this is kind of the Mexican version of that, except it's horse racing. And they got some fine horses. They're proud of them, and you can tell the people are proud. They like to dress up, and they come out here to have a good time. It's a day they want to get out with the family, and they've got their kids riding around on the little short ponies, and they got a concession stand. They all bring food, and they're having a good time. You can tell by the way they carry on with each other that they see each other on a somewhat regular basis. It might be a month apart or something, but it's kind of like a family reunion in a way.
It would have been wonderful if we could have talked to some folks that really wanted to expound as to the history and the development and the reason for these quarter horse races, but we really don't need to. The race is an event in and of itself, and I suspect that if you come out here, you ought to be a little bit circumspect, and if possible, you ought to speak a little Spanish. And I want to thank the folks at the Smokehouse, including J.D. Oliver, for not only treating us to a fine meal, and the meal is always good here at the Smokehouse, but also paying our way into the racetrack.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.